Hey everybody, Jabman025 here. Today we're going to be taking a look at one of my older master raids, the Ally Strike Gundam from the series Mobile Suit Gundam Seed. Had a request to do this review. I'm happy to take requests from my older kits. The request was done a while ago and I do apologize for taking so long, but I've had other things on my plate. But we're going to look at it now and see what we got. Now the first thing you notice about the Strike Gundam is the design. This is a very nice design kit, very high on detail, looks really nice. The Strike Gundam has always been one of my favorite Gundams in terms of design. The way the mechanical frame peeks through the armor, just the overall look of the kit is really nice. The other thing you'll notice when looking at the kit is there's a lot of bad nubs on this kit. All over the kit there's nubs you got to get rid of, and some are really tough to get rid of and hide. In terms of posability, this thing is off the charts. Knee gets a huge bend, nice big bend on the hips. Elbows, shoulders go anywhere you want. You get these variable shoulders that come out and go just about anywhere you want, which is commonplace these days, but when this came out, this was a really revolutionary idea. If there's one problem with posability is the ankles can be a little loose. It's not as bad as the Exia, but can be a little loose. Balance can be a bit of an issue, but nothing catastrophic. But overall, the posability is really good on this kit. The hands are standard 3-1 and then the thumb. The waist, you get a little bit of side-to-side movement and some nice movement out of that. The head can be hampered a little by those brackets, so you can't get much side-to-side movement out of the head, but overall it's pretty good. In terms of accessories, first you get these daggers. It's going to be folded up and put in the skirt armor, as so. Those daggers need to be painted if you want the blades to look right, so realize that. You get the Ally Strike Flight Pack, which is the backpack for this kit. A lot of detail put into this. You get those thrusters around ball joints, so you can move whatever you want, and that just plugs right into the back, no problems there, as so. When it has a backpack on, it can be a little back heavy, so you can't do a ton with it on the ground with that flight pack. But nothing, impossible. You can get it on the ground like that. Again, thrusters can move anywhere you want. The wings do extend as so. But like I said, the balance can be a little iffy. You get the beam sabers back there. I have noticed that over time the wings seem to lose their strength. When you first build it, those wings are nice and strong, but over time they kind of get a little loose. But overall I think it looks real nice. Now they do give you this launching pad, or action base if you want to call it that. Personally, I don't use this. There's nothing really wrong with it. The only reason I don't use it is, as you guys know, I have a lot of master grades and shelf space is at a premium around here. And this takes up a lot of space. You see, it's really big. So instead, I just use a standard clear action base. If you want to use one of the standard attachments that come with the action base, fits just fine into the Strike. You also get a beam rifle. Fairly simple, nothing fancy to it. You get the Strike shield, which is really detailed, and I do like that. Has a nice strong attachment on a swivel, so you can move it anywhere you want. And a standard handle if you want to use that instead. And 2 pink blades for the beam sabers, which I said were on the flight pack. Now one thing you notice doesn't come with this kit is the sword or launcher packs for the Strike Gundam. They are released later in another incarnation of the Strike that gives you those 2 packs with another Strike Gundam. I kind of wish they'd released those 2 weapon packs separately, kind of like the V-Dash, but they didn't, which can be a little annoying. In terms of holding all the accessories, no real problems. Shield slaps onto the arm. Nice and strong, no problems. The beam rifle can, pivot off center fairly easily if you bonk it. It can be a little annoying. But the arm is plenty strong enough to hold it at full extension, no issues. Beam saber, no problems at all. Holds it fine. No issues there. Now, one thing you do got to do is a fair amount of painting and panel lining on this kit. A lot of panel lines to fill in. A lot of engine sections need painting. either with black or gray, your choice. But realize if you do get this kit, you got some work to do if you want it to look absolutely perfect. Not a ton, but you do have some work to do. One thing I do really like about this kit is the decals. You get some very, very nice decals for the shoulders, for the wings on the flight pack, for the thrusters on the flight pack, for the legs. Decals all around that look really, really nice on this kit. You also get decals to make this either Kira Yamato's strike or Mu Laflaga's strike. In the latter half of the series, Mu got the strike handed down to him, so I went ahead and made this Mu Laflaga strike just to be a little different. And overall, really, really nice decals. They can be a little difficult to put on, so I might consider getting some water slide decals if you're going to do this kit. Final thoughts on this kit. I'm giving this kit a thumbs up. When this kit came out, it was really ahead of the curve. It was really advanced for its time, but it hasn't aged really well compared to some more modern Master Grades. This has a few more flaws than it did when it first came out. Still a very good kit though, but it's a kit that hasn't aged well as some other kits have. But overall, this is a great Master Grade and a great addition to any collection. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the review. Hope you found it informative. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. I always love reading those comments. If you got any questions, feel free to ask them. I'll answer them as best I can. And stay tuned for more reviews. Always got more reviews coming. See you next time, everyone. Oh, and one more thing. Strike 1. Strike 2. Ball. Strike 3. You're out of here.